This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Hey guys, I am super excited to show you a brand new social media lower third animation which is looking very stylish and it is super easy to create in DaVinci Resolve 17. I am also gonna show you how you can create different variation of the same animation in a few simple steps. This is Vikas from Skyline Motions, and without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so if you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more interesting videos, and let's do some basic setting and get started. So click on this setting button right over here and set the size of this project 1920 by 1080, which is a full HD resolution, but you can go with 4K as well. And we have to select a frame rate. So in this case, I am using this 30 frame per second, which is a normal frame rate. But if you want a smooth animation, then you can go with 60 frame per second and click on save. Now let's create this animation inside of this Fusion page. So we have to take a new Fusion composition. So just go to this media pool, right click on that, click on this new Fusion composition, and let's call it Fusion composition. Duration, make it 4 seconds. Frame rate 30 and click on create. Just drag this Fusion composition on this timeline, just like that, and then go to your Fusion page. And here we have this media out node, so just drag this media out to the side for now, and let's create a rectangular shape. So click on this rectangle button to add a rectangle shape, drag this to the viewer, close this media pool, and after that we have to create a nice and simple rectangle shape. So just go to this inspector window, and here we have this width, height and corner radius. So I'm going to set this height value something around 0.15. and let's down the width value. So I'm going to set this width value something around 0.42. After that we have to create one more rectangular shape. So select this one, hit Ctrl C on the keyboard to copy, right click on this flow window and click on paste, and drag this second copy to the viewer. And for this one we have to increase the corner radius. So I'm going to set this corner radius 1, and we will get this type of shape. And after that we have to attach this rectangle 1 with the second rectangle, just like this. We have to take one more rectangle shape. So click on this rectangle button, hold shift on the keyboard and attach this rectangle just like this. Alright, and let's down the size and create a small rectangular shape just like this. Go to this paint mode and change this merge to subtract, and let's drag this smaller rectangular shape over on this area, and we will get this type of round corner. All right, and let's do the same thing for this corner. So we have to create a duplicate of this rectangle. So select this one, right click on that, click on copy, and right click on this flow window and paste. Hold shift on the keyboard and let's attach this second rectangle right over here, just like this. All right, and let's drag this second rectangle on this corner, and we will get this type of custom shape. So we have to animate this shape, but as you can see we don't have any controlling point right over here. So what we have to do, we have to use this shape as a reference, and we have to create a new polygon shape. So click on this polygon button to add a polygon node, hit F2 on the keyboard to rename and call it shape 01. All right, select this shape and let's remove the keyframe. So let's go to this inspector window, and here we have a text. So right click on this text and click on remove polygon 1 polyline. All right, and now let's create a custom shape according to this reference. So let's increase the size, hold Control and scroll up to zoom in, and I'm going to create a polygon shape according to the reference. And now we have to create a smooth corner. So hit Control and scroll up to zoom in, highlight this point. By using this handle we have to create this round corner just like this. And now let's do the same thing for this another corner. And finally we have this custom shape according to the reference. And now let's delete the reference because we don't need it. And now we have to attach this shape with the background. So click on this background button to add a background node, hit F2 on the keyboard. Let's call it color_1. Let's attach this shape layer with this color and drag this color1 to the viewer, and now select this color_1 and we have to select a color for now. And now let's animate the shape layer. So select this one, go to on frame number 60, which is equal to 2 seconds according to 30 frames per second. Right click on this text, click on animate and go to 1 second back in time on frame number 30. Highlight these controlling points, hold shift on the keyboard and press right arrow key and let's drag it like this. Highlight these controlling point as well, hold shift and press left arrow key and just drag it like this. Alright, and finally we will get this type of animation, but this is a linear animation right now, so we have to make it smoother. Just go to a spline window, hit F4 on the keyboard to full screen. Let's increase the size. Check this option polyline, click on fit, highlight all the keyframes, click on a smooth button, or you can also hit S on the keyboard to smooth. Set the CTI right over here, hold this handle and create a nice smooth curve just like this, and close this spline window. And finally we will get this nice and smooth animation. And now we have to type the username of our social media. So we have to take a text node, drag it on this flow window. Let's attach this text with the background. So take a new merge node. I'm going to use this color1 as a background, text as a foreground. So connect this yellow background point with this color1, green foreground point with this text1, and drag this merge 1 to the viewer. And after that select this text and just go to this inspector window, and here we have to type our username. Let's select our favorite font style. So in this case I am using this Century Gothic font style, which is my favorite font style, and of course you can select any different font style that you like, and I'm going to set it to regular. Let's down the size a bit, so I'm going to set the size maybe 0.07. Now it's looking perfect, and we have to set the text in the center just like this. Before we proceed further, let me tell you this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people on the topic including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. Skillshare offers creative classes designed for real life and all the circumstances that comes with it. These lessons can help you to stay inspired, express yourself, and introduce you to a community of millions. You can check out this course Logo Type Masterclass with Jessica Heshi. Take your logos from good to great in this in-depth Logo Type Masterclass with award-winning designer and letterer Jessica Heshi. And I have a good news for you guys. The first 1,000 people to use the link given in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of a Skillshare Premium. Just go to the link in the description and check this out. And now we have to animate the text as well. So what we have to do, we have to take a new rectangle shape. So click on this rectangle button to add a rectangle, and I'm going to use this rectangle as a mask for this text. So hit F2 on the keyboard to rename, call it mask. Hit OK. Let's attach this mask with this text 1, and just go to inspector window. Let's down the height value and the width value, and let's set this mask according to the text. And now we can see the text inside of this rectangular box only. Alright, and now let's animate the text. So just go to on frame number 70 and select this text 1. Go to layout, right click on center, click on animate. Go to 1 second back in time on frame number 40, which is equal to 1 second and 10 frame. Let's drag this text outside of this box just like this. Alright, and finally we will get this type of animation, but this animation is linear right now, so we have to make it smoother. Just go to a spline window and hit F4 on the keyboard to full screen. Let's minimize all the nodes. This time check this text 1 only. Click on fit button, highlight all the keyframes, hit S on the keyboard to smooth. Set the CTI at very beginning of this animation. hold this handle and just drag it like this. Alright, and now we have nice and smooth curve. Close this spline window, and finally we will get this nice and smooth animation. And now we have to create one more copy of this shape layer and this color node. So select these both node, right click on that, click on copy, double click on this blank area, right click, click on paste. And now we have another copy of this shape and this background. So let's rename it properly. Select this one, hit F2 on the keyboard. Let's call it shape 02. Select this color, hit F2 on the keyboard to rename. Let's call it color 02. Hit OK. Drag this color to the viewer, select this color, and let's select white color. Hit OK. And after that we have to import our social media logo. So just go to this media pool, right click on that, click on import media. Let's import one of our social media logo. So just go to the link and download these social media icons and click on open. And now let's drag this logo on this flow window, hit F2 on the keyboard, call it logo. Hit OK. Drag this logo to the viewer, close this media pool, and now let's attach this logo with this color. So let's take a new merge node, and I'm going to use this color as a background, this logo as a foreground. So connect this yellow point with this color and green point with this logo, and drag this merge to the viewer. Select this merge and let's down the size of this logo. Let's place this logo right over here maybe. And after that we have to create a controller for this main output. So select this, click on this transform button to add a transform node, drag this transform to the viewer, hit F2 on the keyboard to rename, and let's call it slider control. And now let's attach one more slider control for this output. Alright, so select this merge and click on this transform button to add a transform node. Drag this transform to the viewer, hit F2 on the keyboard. Let's call it slider control 02. So this is our second controller. And now let's merge both the controllers. So let's take a new merge node, and I'm going to use this slider control as a background and this controller as a foreground. So connect this yellow background point with the slider control 1 and green point with the slider control 2, and drag this merge 3 to the viewer. And now just go to on frame number 60, which is equal to 2 seconds. Select the slider control 2, right click on center, click on animate, and select the slider control 1. Right click on center, click on animate, and go to 1 second forward in time on frame number 90, and let's drag this slider control right hand side just like this. Set this equal value something around 0.55 and select this slider control 1, and let's drag it on left hand side and set this value something around 0.45. Alright, and finally we will get this type of animation. Alright, now just go to a spline window, hit F4 on the keyboard to full screen. Let's increase the size a bit. And for this one we have to check this slider control 1 only. Click on fit button, highlight all the keyframes, hit S on the keyboard. Let's create a smooth animation just like that. Let's do the same thing for this slider control 2. So uncheck this slider control 1, check this slider control 2, click on fit button, highlight all the keyframes, hit S on the keyboard, hold this handle and just drag it like this. Close this spline window, and now we have this nice and simple smooth animation. Alright, just go to on frame number 60, select this merge 2, and as you can see we have this blending option. So just go to on frame number 60, set this blend value 1, and right click on that, click on animate, go to 1 frame back in time on frame number 59 and set this blend value 0. Alright, and now it's looking perfect. And after that let's attach one more transform node, that is going to be the scale control. So select this merge 3, the final node, add a transform node and drag this transform to the viewer. Hit F2 on the keyboard, let's call it a scale. Drag this scale to the viewer and just go to on frame number 30, which is equal to 1 second according to 30 frames per second. right click on size, click on animate and go to 15 frame back in time on frame number 15, which is equal to half a second, and let's down the size and set it to 0, and we will get this scale animation. Now let's make this animation smoother. Just go to spline window, hit F4 on the keyboard. This time uncheck all the nodes, check this scale only, click on fit, highlight all the keyframes, click on a smooth button, hold this handle and just drag it like this and create a nice smooth curve. Close this spline window and the animation is almost done. And now we have to create Instagram theme color for this. So what we have to do, just select this color _1 and go to this type and change this to gradient, because Instagram has gradient color. So I'm going to select this first color, maybe this color, hit OK, and the second color is going to be the orange color. And here we have two gradient point. Let's arrange this gradient point just like this. And finally we will get this Instagram themed color, and then we have to connect this media out with this main output. Alright, and now we can add a drop shadow effect right over here. So what we have to do, double click on this blank area, hit Ctrl plus a space bar for search box and search for drop shadow. So this is our drop shadow effect. Hit add button, hold shift on the keyboard. Let's attach this drop shadow right over here. Alright, and now let's do some setting with this drop shadow. So let's down the strength value and set this value something around 0.25, and let's set this drop angle maybe -180. Set this drop distance something around 0.01, and let's down the blur value. And as you can see, it's looking much more interesting. And I want to keep this drop shadow effect only on this area, not on the whole area. So what we have to do, we have to take a new rectangle mask and connect the output of this rectangle with this drop shadow. And now let's create a rectangle and place this rectangle on this area only. And now we can see this drop shadow effect on this particular area. Alright, and finally it's almost done. So just go to the edit page and let's set it to 100%. And now let me show you how you can control the size and position of this lower third. So it's very simple. Just go to inspector window and you can adjust the size from here. You can place this lower third on any corner by using this transform parameter inside of this inspector window. So I'm gonna hit Ctrl Z to go back. Let me show you how you can switch between the social media. So just go to the Fusion page, and the switching of the social media is very simple. Just go to this media pool. Let's import another social media logo. So I'm going to use this Twitter. Click on open. Let's drag this logo on this flow window, and let's attach the Twitter logo instead of that. Alright, and just select this color _1, and Twitter has a single color, so we have to select this solid color, and let's pick this Twitter color. Alright, now let's close this media pool. And after that, let me show you how you can create different variation of this animation. So it's very simple. Select this color 02 and let's make this white color to Twitter color like this. Select this first color and let's make it pure white. Alright, and we have to change the color of this text. So select this text, go to text section, and we have to select this black color. Alright, and now we have to fill white color on this Twitter logo. So how you can fill the white color on this Twitter logo? So it's very simple. Just drag this logo node right over here. Let's take a new background node. Alright, and we have to take a new merge node. So this is the merge node. Let's attach this merge by holding shift on the keyboard just like this, and we will get this green point. Let's attach this green point with this background, and finally we have to drag this final node on this viewer. And as you can see, I am using this background as a foreground, and I'm gonna place the foreground inside of this background. All right, so what we have to do, just select this merge for and go to the inspector window, and here we have this operator. So change this operator over to in, and now the foreground color is inside of this background color, and now you can change the color from here. So I'm going to use this white color, and as you can see, this is the second variation of the same animation. All right, so it's very simple to customize. Now I'm going to go back. All right, now just go to the edit page, and after that let me show you how you can create reverse animation. So right click on this, click on copy, place the CTI right over here and click on paste, and this is the second copy. Right click on this second copy, and as you can see, we don't have any reverse option, so we have to convert this fusion composition into a compound clip. So right click on this fusion composition, click on this new compound clip, click on create, and then right click on this compound clip, and here we have this change clip speed, and here we have this reverse clip option. So check this option and click on change. All right, so this is the animation in and this is the animation out, and finally it's done. So just go to very first frame, turn on the loop button, and let's take a look. Alright, so it's looking awesome, and that's all for this tutorial. I hope you guys like it. If you like it, then hit the subscribe button, click on the bell icon for more interesting videos. My name is Vikas and I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.